Hi, guys. Last day of the workshop that we did this week, which was to help you to get more leads. People converting, really. People, coming into the group, people then saying they're ready. So I was just talking to these ladies about how you can step up your activity with very little extra work and probably double your results. I honestly think, if not, maybe even more than that, just by doing a little bit extra than what you're doing now, which for some of you is not much at all. So I was just talking about the steps. So we all know the steps. Anyone feel like talking so that I don't talk through the whole thing and tell us what the steps are? Okay, I'll do it then. So initially, having people in the group. Let's just step back a little bit about and think about how groups work. And I want you to have for a minute, I want you to think about how you interact in Facebook groups. Now, I'm sure a lot of you, if not all of you listening on this, will be a member of quite a number of different Facebook groups. So you're probably in, I don't know, I think I honestly wouldn't know the number, but I'm talking hundreds, right, of Facebook groups that we are all in. And if some of you aren't in that many, then that's not a big deal. You don't have to be. But I'm just using it as an example and as a point, because if you think about how many groups you're in, tell me the number of posts that go down your feed that come from Facebook groups. Probably very, very little of your feed is full of Facebook group stuff, apart from, most likely, thank you, Mathoki's just said very few, most likely the Woohoo Women's Club. Now, do you think that Facebook is showing you, because don't forget, you're a member of the Woohoo Women's Club, the same as you are a member of all the other groups that you're part of. But do you get shown by Facebook a whole lot of stuff from the other Facebook groups that you're in? No, but you do get shown stuff from the Woohoo Women's Club. So does Facebook get into your brain and go, oh, we know that the Woohoo Women's Club is your business, so we're going to show you more, compared to this other group that you're also in that you're not bothered with? Do you think they know that? No, obviously they don't. Well, they do, because they use AI and they use the algorithm, which is what we call the algorithm. And what the algorithm just means is all the technology that goes in behind the scenes that allows Facebook to trigger showing you a specific post compared to the person next to you who doesn't see that post. And like Fiona just said, it's because you've been interacting in the Woohoo Women's Club, so they assume that you must be interested in it. That's it. That's really it in a nutshell. Okay, so in that case, what would make Facebook show the Woohoo Women's Club stuff to a lady you invited to the group, do you think? Anyone know? No. Okay.
Ask that
Oh,
question
yeah.
again.
So what would make Facebook decide? So we all know why they're showing you the Woohoo Women's Club stuff. That's because you're in the group, first of all, and second of all, because you're interacting in that group and posting, but not so much posting really, but you're interacting. So what would make Facebook think the lady Jenny that you've just invited, who accepted your invitation to the group, why would Facebook say, oh, let's start showing Jenny the Woohoo Women's Club posts? What do you think? What would make its algorithm start to show Jenny that group? Because we've all joined groups and never seen another single thing from that group. So it's not just about joining the group, because if it was just that, we would all have a lot more stuff going through our feed, which we don't have. So what else could it be, do you think? Fiona says tagging friends. Yeah. Now, Fiona says if Jenny liked and commented on her welcome post. Yep. So there's
I think
one
also
little,
interacting in her posts.
yeah. So there's not just one answer. The point really is that it's a bit of a mixture of ticks. There's little ticks that are going on everywhere. Tick, tick, tick boxes. And if you only tick one of the boxes, it's probably not going to make her see the posts. If you tick a couple of boxes, it'll be more likely. If you tick 3, it's going to be more. If you tick 4, 5, 6, 7, okay. What are all the different boxes that you could tick? You've said a few of them already. So basically, everything that is in the checklist for you to do each day is helping that algorithm to learn that Jenny is actually interested in what we're doing. And that is because she's joined the group. Well, that's the first hurdle. That's it. That's a hurdle that she's jumped, one box that she's ticked only. That isn't the end of the story, guys. It will be the end of the story for some women, because some women just will be invited, and their inquisitive personality that they have, which is 1 in 100, will make that lady go, oh, I've actually heard about this already when I was on TikTok, or my friend told me about it, or she's been telling me, so I'm going to actually look, right? So there's lots of different variables why this number 1 out of 100 is actually motivated enough to go through the group. But most people, if you think about yourself, unless you've got some motivation because you were told about it, or because you have heard, or you have, you don't just do it for the fun of having nothing better to do most of the time, right? So you have to be motivated in some way to take the next step, and that won't just be because you've been invited into the group. So the various things that you can do to help that algorithm to kick in. So one of them is to like her posts and start to interact on the lady that Jenny, who's in our group now, not just on Woohoo stuff, but on her feed. So that's why that's part of it. So the first one of the steps of the Woohoo system is that you spend 5 or 10 minutes going through your news feed and liking and commenting on people's posts. Because if you think about this, the whole way it all fits together is you've found new friends on Facebook who are the right people, which we've talked enough about now, so we don't need to go into that, but you all know that bit. They've become your friends. Those friends are now showing up on your newsfeed because Facebook thinks, oh, this woman's a new friend. Because the other thing you've done is you've messaged that woman to say, thank you for accepting my friend request. I look forward to seeing your posts. And she said, probably, I look forward to seeing yours too, or some, way like that, giving you a heart back or whatever. So that's the first thing. Now she's on your news feed, probably, because Facebook has seen that you've got a message between each other. So that's another tick box for Facebook to go, oh, well, they must be friends, really properly friends, because they must actually want to talk to each other and see what each other is doing, because they've just messaged each other. Yeah. Then you're going to, it doesn't have to be like calculated where you go, okay, this is the lady. I mean, you could go to the extreme and you could go, this is the lady who just joined the group. I'm going to go on her profile and look her up. That would be amazing. But if you don't want to do that, just go onto your Facebook feed and at least go through your feed. Yes, stories are good. Of course they are. And they're great for lead gen, the stuff, and the reels or whatever they're called on the top, right? But the feed itself is going to have more posts that you can like and stuff, right? But anyway, I've told you in the training as well about how you can make people your favorites. So if you've got a list of women who have joined the group, you've got 10 or 20 or whatever, Make those women your favorites, which you know how to do because it's in the training. If you haven't watched it, go back and watch it, or Google it, or do a YouTube, how do I make someone a favorite on Facebook, and you'll find it. Make them a favorite, because what a favorite is means that you've got like your own little dedicated news feed just for favorites. And you could then, if you've only got limited time, you could make sure that you go into your favorites and you make sure that you like and comment every one of those posts, because that's your low hanging fruit, we call it. They're your hot leads, right? So remembering that you only get a certain amount of favorites, which means you have to get rid of favorites when they're not interacting or you think they're not interested or whatever, right? Anyway, that's for you to manage. So this is basically getting interaction with people. Like someone said, literally interaction. Yes. Okay. So yes, you just invite them into the group and let the group work for you, but you do need to interact, and you need for Facebook to think that they still care what you're doing. Because I have a good example of this. I've got a lady who actually, she's Fiona's friend. She's actually already in Woohoo, Fiona. You signed her up the first time round, Dee. And Dee messaged Dee, this lady, I haven't spoken to her for donkey's years, and she's now interacting with me a bit. And I put a post in one of my very small Facebook groups that I've got, which is specifically for professional women who want to retire. So it's a different demographic to what we have here. It's not different, but it's specific to something else I'm doing, a specific course that I'm offering. And I just did a test post in there this morning and said, can anyone see this post? If you can you comment? And only one person commented, because I haven't been utilizing the group at all. And also there's only 130 in that group. So it's very, very slim. You know, I'm asking the algorithm for a lot, right? Really, I am. But it's a massively awesome test to show you how this works, because Dee was the only person that commented on that post. And why was that? Not because she was a fluke, oh, she just happened to see it. No, it's because we've been interacting recently. So now she's being fed my stuff. Yeah. This is exactly how it works. I mean, we could finish the lesson right now and you could just go, okay, now I finally understand why I'm making you do all this stuff. It's not because, yeah, and this will work for any business. That's what I'm telling you. It doesn't really matter what you're promoting, because like I just said, I've just put a post in a group that's totally off. It's not even to do with Woohoo Women's Club. It's a completely separate thing. And she still saw that. So you could use this for any business that you're promoting, any. And that's why I've tried to show you this week how one of the great ways to get people interested in the Woohoo Women's Club is not to be asking them if they want another business, guys, because nobody wants another business, especially, well, not many people. Some people are really like, yeah, I love it. Bring it on. I want to look at all sorts of stuff. Whatever's out there, I want to see. Okay. But most people feel like they're pretty happy with what they've got. A lot of people are, right? But as we've shown you in the past, when we do posts that say who's happy with what they've got, who's interested in looking around, who is always got their feelers open, whatever, at least 50% of people, honestly, so probably there's more, but 50% of the people say, yeah, I'm open always to looking at what else is out there, because, you know, people are always looking. But if you position in a way that's selling, they won't be interested, because as they say, the good old expression, people don't like to be sold to, but they love to buy. So try and let that sink in for a minute. Nobody wants to feel like they're being pushed into anything, but that's where attraction marketing comes in, because people have got their credit card out waiting to buy. Every day people buy stuff. Okay. Every single day you've got someone ready to buy, because they're ready right now to buy. So don't think people don't have money. You know, we limit ourselves believing that people don't have money. Believe me, they have money when they want to buy that vape, you know, all of a sudden, or that bottle of wine that they have to have tonight, but they haven't got any money apparently, but they can afford to buy that, right? Well, why do you think that is? Because their brain tells them that they need it to be happy. I'm going to go off onto another tangent here because I'm like really love all that addiction stuff. Same with social media. It's just an addiction. Anyway, we won't go there. But the point is, people have money. So if they say, I don't have money, well, they're not homeless and they're eating. And they're probably not super skinny. So they're definitely eating something and they have to pay for it. And I'm not telling you that that's, I'm not being flippant and saying that everyone's got unlimited money. It's not true. So I get it. But my point is, it's not normally an objection that's real when it comes to, I just don't have money. If they thought it was worth it and they thought they could make money back and they thought it was a viable thing, believe me, they would find the money. Yeah. So basically doing all that algorithm stuff is not a waste of time. It's going to, but the great thing about the algorithm is how quickly it kicks in. It's just so fun. If you think of it in a fun way, try it. It's so fun. How quickly people all of a sudden start to see your stuff. Dee is a good example for this. I mean, I think she's only come back on the radar in the last week or something, Fiona, hey? So, it's pretty cool that people out of the woodwork come and you're like, oh, we've only just started interacting and now all of a sudden you're seeing all my posts. Like, how powerful is that? But you have to do the initial work. Yeah. So you can tag people in the group. Absolutely. That's a great thing to do. But if you're only doing that, tagging, I don't know the statistics and I don't know the percentage and I don't know the full rules because how would I? I'm not Facebook. But I don't think tagging is like top of their list because all tagging is you saying, Facebook, they want to see my stuff. Or do you not think Facebook thinks, oh, well, how do you, we don't believe you. We want to know what she wants to do because we want that woman, Jenny, to stay on Facebook instead of going off onto TikTok because Facebook is where we want to keep her because if we don't keep her here, she's not going to be an advertising example for us. We can't sell her airtime on Facebook to our shareholders that are waiting for the money to come through from their Facebook billions of dollars that they're trying to generate from advertising money. Yeah. So that's a long way around of saying to you that Facebook doesn't give two hoots what you think. They want to know what Jenny thinks. So how does Jenny show that she's interested in what you're doing? And it's not because you tag her, although I'm not telling you not to tag her. These are all ticks that you're doing, okay? The whole thing is all like a beautiful meshed thing together that allows you to have the results that some people have and some people don't. And you're wondering why you're doing it wrong. Well, it's because you're not doing all of that stuff, right? These women that are doing it right. So you can post on your personal profile, by the way. Like, we don't want to do videos in Woohoo Women's Club, which is our demographic. We don't want to be all full on posting all over our Facebook profile about our business. That's our demographic. But we never said that Woohoo means that you can't post on your profile because that's exactly what you should be doing. You should be posting. I post my little dog, as you see. I post my beautiful picture of the lovely park I get to walk around every day. People love that sort of stuff, right? So it's not that you shouldn't post at all on Facebook because that's the sort of stuff that will allow people who are interacting with you to see that you're a real person, that go, oh, that's beautiful, or oh, that's lovely, or whatever, liking, commenting. And then all of a sudden they get, oh, they like her post about the tree. So maybe we'll show her also the post that she tagged her in because she's probably interested in that too, hey? Makes sense? So hopefully that helps, guys. I won't go on anymore because I think you get the point. But does anyone have any questions? Or any comments? The minute that I woke up and found out that actually LinkedIn was actually quite fun. By the way, I know we don't do LinkedIn here, but I'm just giving it as an example, and the same would be true for Facebook. The minute that I woke up and went, oh, got a meeting yesterday with a guy who we got on the call with him. We didn't know. We said, how did you find us? What was why did you book a call with us? He goes, oh, I saw you on LinkedIn, stuff on LinkedIn. I'm like, oh my gosh, I literally have just started doing stuff on LinkedIn in like the last week. So social media is so powerful, guys. And because of that, I was like, okay, this is going to be fun. I'm actually going to find LinkedIn fun now that I've got a different lens. And that's it. You can make it fun. It doesn't have to be all encompassing. It doesn't have to be all your focus. It doesn't have to drag you away for hours. It still can be a 30-minute system, but think of it in a fun way. Think about every time you're doing a little post or every time you're commenting on someone's post or whatever, you're ticking a box for the Facebook algorithm. Yeah. Okay. I am going to ask for any questions. Anyone got anything that they would like me to talk a bit more about? Anyone want to share their experience having this happen to them and something good that's happened? Woohoo or any other social media stuff they've done. Anyone want to say anything? You're more than welcome to unmute yourself. No? Okay, cool. So my final message for this week really is, we have something that a lot of people need, and that is not a business. Like I was about to start going off on that tangent, not another business, not another thing. They already have something. They already think it's what they want to do. The problem they have that we're solving and helping them to solve, I might ask you guys, does anyone know what the main problem that Woohoo Women's Club can solve for anyone, which gives you a very big power, by the way, that other businesses are not promising and not showing? So what power do you have that you can be? What's your superpower? What's Woohoo Women's Club's superpower, if you want to think of it like that? Anyone want to stab at the dart? Exactly. Thank you, Mathoki. Getting leads, unlimited leads, right? And Cherry says unlimited leads. Yes. So how do they get unlimited leads? Because we're trying to sell them into Woohoo Women's Club. So that's not unlimited leads, because we're making them join Live Good. That's not unlimited leads. So how is what Woohoo Women's Club does going to give them unlimited leads? Anyone want to guess? The way it gives them unlimited leads is because if they actually bother to do the work of Woohoo Women's Club, tagging, doing all of the stuff, finding the right people, because you're all in this industry, right? Okay, if you want to get unlimited leads for your horse riding camp, then maybe this is not what you should be doing. It would work, but you would have to start with a different demographic of people and do this. So yes, technically this could work for any business, but any business in the networking, affiliate marketing, online, make money from home space is what we mean when we say unlimited leads, really, even though yes, they could use it for any business, honestly, on earth. But let's just keep it easier to explain. You're showing people how to get people to see what they do. Because if nobody sees what you do, you're invisible. You're 100% invisible. So the only way that you can get people leads for your business, if you're invisible, is to pay for Facebook to show your ads to people, which costs you a lot of money, guys. That's probably minimum, honestly, minimum $150 a month. That would be like the least you could spend. So we're teaching people how to do it for free. So they could buy leads, but that's not that easy to do, and it still doesn't necessarily guarantee anything, even that. They could do TikTok videos, which you know, some people have success with, some people do not, which is the reason they came to us in the first place because they tried TikTok videos and they couldn't get anywhere, right? Because they probably gave up too quick or that, whatever. It just wasn't them. They didn't like it. So it's demoralizing after a while. You know, oh, the worst thing was my son this morning. How? I don't know, that he did not have a connection. But he goes, my 15-year-old, he goes, I saw your Woohoo Women's Club on my story, on my For You page on TikTok. And I'm like, you're serious? I said, I have tried to hide that from you so much because I know how much he hates me doing videos and his friends finding it because we had a big fight about it about a year ago. I have gone out of my way to try and keep it secret from anyone I know. I don't want, and even my daughter found it and she's shared it with her friend in Australia. And it's like, I just don't want that, guys. Like for me, it's not because I'm shy. Like, you all know that that's not true. I just don't want people knowing my business. So it's just, that's the reason I don't want it. I don't want my privacy blurted out all over the internet. So unfortunately, it's a little bit tricky when I have to make the videos for the whole group and all the rest of it. And I've chosen to do that. So it's not that big of a deal. But the point is, I get why people don't want to do video. It's not just because they're shy or whatever, but say probably because they just don't want anyone to see their stuff, A, or B, they've tried and they're cringing at the fact that they just can't stand what they're doing and they don't like doing it. So anyway, I've gone off track a little bit on that, but the point is can help them to go in a different way, to go a different path and to get people still seeing their posts and still asking what they do. Yeah. We teach in our $50 program. Oh no, I think it might be the $100 program, sorry, about how to have a Facebook page. If you want to have your business stuff all over there on a separate page that you can feel like you're proud of it, it's set up the way you want it to be. It's not in people's faces that your friends are, it's just people who want to look at what your business is. That's what we teach you in the $100, right? I was going to teach AI in the $100, but I've decided to get rid of that because quite frankly, there's too many really, really, really good courses out there. I'm testing one at the moment, which once I find that it works really, really well, which you're going to see the results of, which is not the stuff I've done so far, by the way, I will share that with you guys. Okay. But I'm just going to test it first because I don't want to promote something out to people that I don't believe in. So just watch this space on that. But the course that we've got is already incredible, right, guys? Now, we have got a pathway to you making $500 a sale because we've got a $1,000 program and that's what we're working our way through. So at the moment, we're still in the early phases of this business. I mean, we haven't even been doing this for 6 months. So we're helping people to use our system to upgrade with their profits and keep going. So we've got stuff there for you if you want to make more money. And then, of course, you've also got your Live Good thing. You can add that on the side. It's just another income stream that's just going to grow. I talked about that already the other day. I still think it's an amazing business. I do. It's incredible. I've almost made about 1,000 this month. And that's not from signing loads of people up, by the way. That's just from the team growing from Woohoo. So I'm not pretending this is going to make everybody money. This is going to make you all money, guys. So it's worth getting into it. It's not going to happen on the first month. You're not going to get a big check. Kelly, actually, in a minute, in literally, I'm going to stop this in a second. So we've got a bit of a breather. Have a cup of tea, have a coffee, go and shake your legs, whatever. Come back on the Zoom with Kelly because tonight's Zoom with Kelly, she's going to talk to you. It's mainly for people who have already signed up to Live Good, but it's still going to be worth it if you want to have a watch of it, if you're thinking about it, because she's going to go into specifics and show how much she's earned, how it built up over the first month, second month, third month, and how it just ticks to the point where now it's a very, very good income. She's not even been doing it. I think she's been doing it 9 months, she said. But this is I believe this could be our lottery ticket in years to come. Like I really do, genuinely. So I just got my super greens and my super reds arrived yesterday. Delicious. I haven't had the super greens because I must admit I'm not looking forward to that one, but I'll have that today. But the super reds I had, so tasty, beautiful. And I put a scoop of what else did I buy? peptides, whatever that thing is that everyone seems to think is a good thing to have. So I thought I may as well start taking that. So shake, quick shake, no ice, nothing, just some water and that, and it was delicious. So they've got amazing, beautiful products. Okay, so I don't think this company's going anywhere fast, slow, whatever. I don't think it's going anywhere. Full stop, shall I say? And I think that if you wanted to like really think about it in your head, it's like $10 a month to secure a residual income for the rest of, you know, the decade. That's what I think. You know, that's just my opinion, but I think there's a lot of people who have got the same opinion, and I think that you're missing out on a trick if you don't do Live Good. But it's totally up to you if you don't. But the reason being that, you know, it's just such an easy, quick thing for people to do as a second add-on if they're already doing Woohoo. But anyway, before I finish, I just wanted to say, if you want to talk to women who are already in business, which is what I've been telling you to do. So you're not trying to tell your friend at the market or whatever about it, because she's probably not going to be interested, or she might be, but who knows. Once you've got your leads building, the women who are actually already in something, as soon as they tell you that they're in a business, don't try and talk business off with each other. Don't like, oh, well, mine's better. Do you want to have a look at mine anyway? Like, I know you've got one, but don't worry about that. Let's look at mine. Because do you like it when someone does that to you? No. So just drop it. Go, oh, okay. How awesome is it that you've got a really good business and I do too? We're both so happy with our business. I'm happy about that. That means that we can support each other with our posts. Yeah. Get her on side like that. And then you can just say, just one other thing, like, how do you actually get most of your leads? Are you doing TikTok videos or what are you doing? Just have a little quick conversation. And if she says whatever she says, and if you think it's relevant, just say, well, and she'll ask you, no doubt, well, how do you get your leads? You can say, I just use Woohoo Women's Club to get all my leads. Okay, and then we can just help you by educating her as to what's Woohoo Women's Club. Don't, if she says, oh, what is it? That's when you don't start selling, please, guys. Just go, listen, honestly, the best thing is for me just to invite you into the group. It's a lot easier if I don't have to explain it and you get to see how it works before. Yeah. If she says, no, thanks, okay, well, then she's not the right person, but she won't. She'll probably go, oh, okay, well, if it's unlimited leads, yes, please, can you put me in the group? And that's when the process starts. Okay. So that's how I would do it. That's what I recommend you do. And I hope that was helpful, guys. Now, direct targeted lead, seeing Kirsty and Kelly in the picture of us. Thank you, Fiona. Yeah. Okay. Sherry says she pays her month your Live Good every month. Yeah. So exactly that. It's $10. It's a lottery, like, you know, it's like paying a $10 little, you know, we have something in England called the premium bonds, I think it's called. Actually, we don't pay that monthly anyway, it doesn't matter. But the point is, it's like a little nice little thing that we can have, which is going tick, tick, tick. And it's like an exponential growth or whatever you see. If you double a penny, you get 2 pennies. Oh, big deal. Who cares about 2 pennies? But double the penny, however, if someone knows what it is, I forget now, it's like 30 times or something, I forget. It's not much. It's like 1,000,000. Yeah. Well, that's exactly the same. So it doesn't seem like a lot to start with. You might get 50 cents one month and you'll be like, what, 50 cents? That's crap. Especially because the first month is paid in arrears. So you don't actually even see anything the first month apart from your direct sign-ups. It's the next month and the next month and the next month. And then it starts to go like this. Slow, faster, fast. You've all seen it before. It's not makeup. It's a real mathematical equation. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to let you all go so that you can have a rest and then come back on Kelly's thing. The link is in the Q&A chat. And I hope you have had a beautiful week. I hope that a lot of my stuff was helpful to you, or some of it was helpful to you. And I really appreciate all of you for coming on live as usual. And I really appreciate that I'm going to pop this in the Facebook paid members group as a replay. And if you did find it useful, it would be great because it would help it get out to more women. You could comment on some of the bits you got, or if you found it was useful, then let others know. That's okay. That's all right, Linda. Have a beautiful rest of the time on the beach, and I will see you all in 15 minutes. And don't forget, next Monday, the call is now going to be, the first 30 minutes of the call is a presentation on Woohoo. And then it will go and Live Good as part of it. So I'm going to just do the new presentation. So invite people to that. Anyone that you've been talking to that says, I don't know, I'm not sure, you can say, oh, we've got a live thing on Monday and I'll be doing there's an event. You've already probably seen it. Just invite them to the event, send them the link to the event and say, why don't you come? And then on Monday, just before the event, you've got a little list of all the people that said that they were going to come. Message them, hey, it's starting in 20 minutes. Are you going to jump on? That's how you can be proactive with your business. Yeah. Night, everybody. Talk to you in 15 minutes. Bye.